Hello all, welcome back to the English class. So this is module number 2 and in this module we'll be beginning with the chapter titled The Ailing Planet, the Green Movement's Role. It is written by Nani Palkiwala. So as we said earlier, this is actually an article that was published in the year 1994 in the Indian Express. In this article, the author says that the earth is no more a peaceful place to live. He is mentioning about the declining health condition of our Mother Earth. The author speaks about various issues like population increase and how we are utilizing every other things on earth for our selfish needs. He says that the green movement which started in 1972 is the only way or it is the only hope for survival of the earth as well as human beings. Let us begin with the chapter and find out the details regarding the same. So, we will begin the chapter, students. So, I have divided the chapter into 18 paragraphs and we will be dealing with each paragraph and we'll look at the essence of each paragraph. Moving on, the first paragraph contains the details about the green movement. The green movement was started about 25 years ago. It has completely and quickly caught attention of entire human beings. No other movement has ever affected imagination of human beings so quickly. So the first national level organization for green movement was established in New Zealand in the year 1972. Since then, the movement has further grown and developed. It has not receded. Paragraph 2 speaks about shift of view from mechanistic to holistic. So, one should hope that the humankind has now changed its approach and it will not return to old thought of considering life as being only mechanical. Hence, human beings has changed their view to holistic and ecological from mechanistic. The new approach now has an overall perspective that includes all living beings and environment, which is said to be an ecological view. This change is very big and it is necessary. It can be as big a change as was taught by Copernicus. So in 16th century, he said that Earth and other planets revolved around the sun. In the next paragraph, he says that in the history of human beings, for the first time, awareness about Earth is increasing. The Earth is being considered as a huge living being and we are just a small part of it. We have understood that the Earth also has its requirement to sustain life on it. And such process needs to be respected and protected. In the fourth paragraph, he speaks about our ethical obligation. The important aspects about the earth are indicating that its health is deteriorating. We have started to understand our moral duties as a good caretaker of this planet. We should act like a responsible custodian to hand over heritage of earth to future generations. The idea of development that can be maintained without harming future became popular in the year 1987. This concept was given by the World Commission on Environment and Development. This concept was defined as the development that meets requirement of the present generation without adversely affecting the ability of future generation to meet their needs, which means that the present generation should not deprive the future generation of the natural resources they would need. In paragraph 4, the author is trying to say about the importance of shifting from a dominant role to a partnership role. Let us look at the paragraph. He is citing an example here. So Lusaka is a city in a country by the name of Zambia. So at the cage of a zoo in Lusaka, a notice has been put up. It reads, "The world's most dangerous animal." So no animal has been put in that cage. It was actually having a mirror. So a visitor sees his or her own image. The message is that man is the most dangerous animal in the world. I hope the idea is clear. So in the paragraph 5, he is speaking about sharing the earth with other living species, which we said as the ecological view earlier. Scientists have identified and tabulated about 1.4 million creatures living on Earth. They share the Earth with human beings. There is a huge variation about how many more creatures are yet to be identified. Biologists are of the opinion that about 3 to 400 million species are yet to be identified. So they remain unnoticed, which can be considered as a humiliating disgrace to those creatures. In the next paragraph, he is speaking about Brandt Commission. Let us see what it is. Brandt Commission was one of the earliest international commissions that examined aspects of ecology and environment. It had examined various other things as well. So, a famous Indian, Mr. L. K. Jha, was also a member of this commission. In its first report, Brand Commission asked a question: are we giving our future a very hot planet? A planet where deserts will increase, the greenery would be less, and an unhealthy environment. So, this is the question raised by this commission. Like, are we going to leave this planet as a dry land to the next generation? In the next paragraph, the author is giving us an observation as said by Mr. Lester R. Brown. So, Mr. Lester R. Brown has written a book titled Global Economic Prospect. This book is full of several thoughts. In this book, he tells that there are four main biological systems at Earth. You can see the image on screen. They are fisheries, forest, grassland, and cropland. These four systems provide food for all species. Practically, these provide all the material for industry except that for mineral industry and petroleum industry. So, in most of the areas of the world, human beings have taken away too much from these systems. In those areas, these systems may not survive for a long time. So, growth of these systems has been reduced considerably. So, when such situation occurs, marine life reduces to a great extent. Forests disappear, grasslands are converted into unproductive and useless lands, and farming land reduces to a greater extent. So the world is aware about requirement of protein. So it consumes more protein than needed. Catching huge amount of fish from water is quite common every day, and it is not a very good thing. In poor countries, forests have been destroyed to a great extent to procure firewood. In some places, firewood has become so costly. So, cost of firewood has become more costly than the cost of food items. What goes under the pot now cost more than what goes inside it, which means that cost of firewood becomes more costlier than cost of food items. I hope it is clear. We'll deal with the rest of the chapter in the next module. Thank you all.